Hey folks, welcome to the Straight Up Fishing Championship. We're here at Clair Marina in Milledgeville, Georgia. Now, I know this is a little bit different than things you've seen here before on Straight Up Fishing, but this is my tournament series.
I gotta make a move late.
Get in your bag, my guy.
That's it, man.
I just really want the Evo.
I don't want to know.
Repeat champion. Cha-ching. This week, we're gonna have about 80 anglers competing to win a Brooklyn PK-12. Yes, that's right. We're gonna give away a boat to the guy that catches the most and the biggest fish here at my Straight Up Fishing Championship. So let me give you the nuts and bolts of how this thing works. A couple years ago, I decided that I wanted to start a tournament series, but I wanted something a little bit different. I wanted a tournament series that was geared towards people that may want to dip their toes into tournament fishing, but not yet ready to make that full commitment to a full day, full-blown travel schedule what tournament fishing requires. This is an online tournament. You don't have to go anywhere. You can compete wherever you are, no matter if you fish from a boat, a kayak, on the bank, it doesn't matter. Anybody, anywhere in the world for that matter, can compete in this tournament. We take the top 40 from those 4 qualifying tournaments, bring them to my championship here, and it's just a party. We have a school, we have a tackle shop, we do games, we give away tackle. I think it's something that everybody's enjoying, and it's a great way for people to get exposed to the art of tournament fishing.
Really game plan, don't really have one as I'm the first time ever fishing muddy water. Usually a finesse fisherman with clear water, so I'm just gonna go out there and use the baits that Brian was talking about today and what I learned and see if I can go out there and catch some, have some fun.
It's my first in-person tournament, so I'm kind of all over the place. I brought about 20 rods with me, but like BLAT said, I definitely already had the chatterbait tied on.
Focus on like my 3 confidence baits, spinnerbait, crankbait, and then maybe some flipping.
So I've been doing a lot of research from muddy water, so crankbait, spinnerbait, chatterbait, and then my go-to, what I think I'm good at is wacky worm.
I'm gonna start off shallow in that shallow cover between 1 to 4 feet of water, mainly just throwing moving baits to try to target those fish that are more active. And if that doesn't work out, I'll probably just flip with a Shaky head or a Texas rig or something to pick up those more lethargic fish.
I think I'm gonna try some pockets because that's really all I've gotten any bites on recently. And I think I'm gonna try finesse just because I tried power fishing. It didn't really work out, but I think finesse is gonna do it for me tomorrow.
Mostly fish shallow. I'm fishing from a kayak, so I'm gonna probably try to focus in on laydowns. I'm gonna try to get back into the back of coves where bass boats can't go. I'm also gonna focus in on docks. You know, Brian really, he stressed fishing your strengths, so that's definitely something I'm gonna plan on doing. And also, he focused a little bit on finesse fishing, which is something I did not try yesterday and I'm gonna try tomorrow.
If I won the tournament tomorrow, it would mean a lot to me. I mean, never won a tournament before, so I think that would mean a lot just to get one under my belt.
For tournaments, my first one was Brian's Classic last year, and my first experience getting into tournaments. So I'm looking forward to this one. And then this spring, I signed up for my first club tournament. Brian told me, you know, he's got to be confident, he's got to go after it, and you don't know until you know.
I've fished probably 4 tournaments, this could be my 5th, and I'm really just started doing this in the past year, so I'm not too experienced, so it'd mean a lot to win something like this.
It would be tremendous to win. Not only would I get a new kayak, which I'd be ecstatic over, but I did win the one in May, and I would love to be able to defend that championship and bring home, I don't know if the big check it's not worth anything, but I'd sure like to put it in my garage, I know that much.
If I won something like this or even place in the top 10, I think it would validate what I've been doing over the last couple of years, that I'm on the right path. It's easy to catch a fish here and there, but in this type of environment, to me, if you could you know, place or win, that would probably give me an indication if I want to proceed down that path or just continue to be a pleasure fisherman.
Darnell is what this program was all designed for. So Darnell, this is his first tournament. He was kind of teeter-tottering if he wasn't sure if he wanted to be just a casual weekend fisherman that went out, had fun, and then went back home on Sunday, or if he wanted to dip his toes in the art of tournament fishing. This is his first tournament, and I'm curious to see if he's gonna like it and how he's gonna do in the tournament. Here we go, it's tournament day. This is the day where competition meets the water. Let me tell you a little bit about this. This works a little different than your traditional tournament. In most of my tournaments, all the competitors gather at one boat launch and we set out to go fishing from that particular location. In an online tournament, I love this part about it. You can launch. Anglers have the ability to launch wherever they want to on the lake. We have kayakers, we have boaters, we even have bank fishermen fishing this week, and everybody's launching from their particular location close to where they want to fish. We send out an identifier, everybody's line in at 7 a.m. and there are gonna be lines out at 3 o'clock today. I'm curious to see how guys are gonna do. You know, this is a little weird. I'm used to being the competitor. I'm used to being the guy on the water where the cameras follow me, but today it's gonna be a little bit different. We're putting them on today. These guys are out there in their bag. We've been looking at the standards. They're catching a lot of fish, so we're actually gonna turn the cameras around and go out on the water, check out some of the competitors, see how they're doing, and maybe, possibly, hopefully, we can catch a little bit of action on the water today. Perfect timing, right?
I'm telling you, we need you guys here all day.
How'd you catch that one?
Throwing a swimming worm
Oh, okay.
down the seawall.
Yeah, the seawalls are always good. That's a good hard structure for them to relate to. It's a good bit colder than it was yesterday, isn't it? I'm from here and it's still, I was like, whoa, I didn't know that was gonna happen. This is what the guys are facing here on Lake Sinclair. It's springtime. The fish are on the edge of spawning. We keep getting a few cool nights and it's holding those fish back from moving up to spawn. But there's a slight chance that if we get enough warm, stable weather, even today, this could be the day that a lot of the fish move up. The thing that the guys are gonna be challenged with the most is the dirty water. The water is muddy, y'all. It rains 2-3 days a week. I'm surprised it's not, it might be raining right now. We can't even tell it. I think these guys can expect to catch fish on a chatterbait. I think you can expect to see guys catch fish flipping soft plastics and laydowns and around the docks, some of the catwalks. I think a spinnerbait is gonna play. And of course, anytime you're fishing a place like this, any kind of soft plastics, wacky rigs, when you're dealing with the spawn, that would be the deal that a lot of people are gonna catch fish on. But the fishing is gonna be interesting because we hit it on the right time. It's on a warming trend in the spring. You're gonna see a lot of big fish caught today.
I'm gonna be fishing out of my boat, and I think it's probably an advantage for this lake because of how big Sinclair is. But I mean, some of the other anglers that fish from kayaks, they can be getting up really shallow where the water's warmer and maybe catching some more fish. But I mean, it's pretty balanced with positive and negatives.
So we found another one of our competitors here. This is Brennan. We're gonna check in with him and see how his day is going. How's the day going so far?
Caught 3, only 1 keeper so far. All on crankbaits, just by docks.
All on crankbaits today?
Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. Is there anything specific that you've been targeting today?
I've been trying to hit like the corner post of the docks and stuff and some kind of grass with the chatterbaits, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. So chatterbait, crankbait. What stage do you feel like the fish are in? Can you tell or got enough bites to tell?
They're almost a spawn, but more the pre-spawn.
I gotcha. It looks like the water here is 62 degrees, so they gotta be at least thinking about it if nothing else. So you had some fish on the day and lost a couple?
Yeah, one was probably like, it was like 1 inch off from being legal to submit, and then one was like 8 inches.
Oh yeah, you'll have that. You lose any fish today so far?
Not that I know of.
Gotcha. You said not that I know of.
Yeah. I don't want to know.
You say, I might have lost one, but I don't know. I like that. I'm using that. Next time we go across the stage and I don't have 5, I'm definitely saying that one. I might have lost one, but I'm not sure. It's really interesting being on the outside looking at the fishermen. Usually I'm on the front of the deck, and everything, when you're on the front of the deck, the perspective and how fast things are moving is totally different than when you're here just documenting what's happening to other anglers. I see myself critiquing the anglers like, hey man, don't fish that so fast, or you just want to just add that one little suggestion. And I can only think about all the times people have watched me fish and say, man, you're just moving just a little bit too fast, or maybe if you just try to chatterbait instead of a crankbait. It's funny how you can see everything so clearly when you're on the outside looking in. So remember that when you're talking to your buddies when they have a bad tournament. It's a lot easier when you're sitting on the bench.
I've caught a lot of fish today. I've caught probably around 12 to 15 fish, and 5 of them are pretty big. So yesterday in the class, Brian was talking about how you always want to fish the backs of dock posts this time of year. And I've really utilized that information to my advantage today. And I've caught all of my biggest fish off the back of a dock post. He was saying how all the fish, or a lot of the fish, like to spawn on vertical structure. So I've been mainly targeting vertical structure like the dock post, and it's been producing.
All right, so guys, this is the cool thing about this tournament. The leaderboard is live, and on the Fishing Chaos app, I can keep up with who's doing well and who's not doing so well today. And I was very surprised when I looked at the leaderboard. Our defending champion, the guy that won the tournament last year, is ahead. He's way ahead. He's got 4 fish now. I want to go and see how he's doing, how he's catching these fish. So we're gonna go out on the water, check out Bradford, Denmark. Tell me how it's going today, buddy. It looks like you're catching them. How many pounds do you think you got so far?
Probably anywhere from 18 to 20. My smallest is a 17 incher.
So yeah, you get rid of that smallest one. You make one with Big Cole, it's gonna be cha-ching!
Oh yeah. So I've been just going down the bank, just fishing docks, mainly on the back corners. And they really seem...
God, he's on fire. This man's on fire. He's on fire. You never get to pull right up on somebody and they catch a fish like that.
They just really want the Evo.
Evo chatterbait?
Yep.
Half ounce or 3/8 ounce?
Half ounce. The white and chartreuse.
I knew it'd be good fishing because we timed it perfectly, but he's catching. The diversity in this tournament is pretty broad, so we see that Bradford's fishing out of your traditional bass boat, but we're actually competing bass boats and kayaks and bank fishermen together, and Zach is catching them this morning. He's in second place out of a kayak. One of the cool things in this tournament, anybody can compete. You can see I pulled up on our kayakers here. You'll notice that a lot of our kayakers fish a lot slower, a lot more methodical. It's a different strategy fishing from a kayak than fishing from a bass boat. The bass boat guys with electric motor, they're moving fast through their areas. Sometimes I feel like they even fish overfish, but the guys that fish out of the kayaks, especially in these conditions where the fish are spawning and you really have to be precise, in my opinion, I think they kind of got an advantage. Zach, is noticing any patterns emerging or finding anything special today?
Well, I'll tell you, the bulk of my work's been done with the old monster.
The old monster today?
Old monster, yeah. It's been a love-hate relationship. I've got some nice bites with it, but I've also missed quite a few. You know, you got that 10-inch curly tail. Sometimes they just grab the back end.
Yeah. You think there's any reason they're doing that?
I'm probably being a little less than patient, I guess, sometimes, but you know.
What area of the country are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, but I live north of Tampa now.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So fishing water like this has to be a little bit of a shock, I would imagine, coming from PA and then from...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was out here Friday for a little while. I got soaked and froze pretty well and got no bites. So I'm doing significantly better today.
Way better today.
You know, yeah.
So is there any kind of structure that you're targeting?
Yeah, I've been mostly looking for the older docks with the wooden stairs. The wooden stairs, the ones that seem to be closer to the seawall, I've gotten the majority of my bites from there. 3 of my 4 keepers I got from there. So I got another one on a spinnerbait earlier in the morning. So
cool. Well, it looks like you got something figured out. You got all the right baits to use too. So, and the last key element is always knowing where to fish, and finding the pattern is always the key. So you keep at it, man. I think you got time to.
I got to make a move late. That's all.
You got time to make it. Get in your bag, my guy.
That's it, man. That's it. So with the kayak, a couple things that really give me an advantage. I can get to a lot of areas that they just can't get to. Brian talked about not willing to get to those dirty areas. Well, I can easily get there. It also gives me the necessity to slow down. A lot of people try to hit so many fishing spots, and I saw it quite a bit with the ABA guys, and I'm gonna really pick apart each and every place I fish.
Let's check in on Elias. I just caught up with him. He's doing something a little bit different. Looks like he's fishing the docks, but he's the first guy that I've seen today that looks like he's mostly using soft plastics and finesse style soft plastics. When I see water like this, I don't think about finesse fishing, but maybe he's got something figured out.
We live off the Cumberland River, and there's tons of spotted bass, so it's great practice for like finesse fishing and stuff like that, like drop shots, shaky heads, wacky rigs, all that stuff. That's just what I've grown up doing and like what I'm confident in.
Elias, how's it going out here today?
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good. What are your best baits today? Give me your best baits, best techniques. What's the deal? Walk me through today.
Well, I kind of started out early with throwing like a chatterbait, spinnerbait on some like laydowns and docks and stuff, but that really wasn't working. And so I switched this SMH head with the SMH worm, and I've been catching every single fish today. Really?
So all yours on the shaky head. Is there anything in particular that you been targeting so far?
I mean, just docks. I mean, a lot of the fish I've caught have came off of like docks with grass and rocks.
Oh, grass and rocks. So you're fishing around grass. What type of, can you tell what type of grass it is?
I'm not exactly sure what type it is. I've never seen it before. But...
Got you. Tell me about numbers. Where are you at so far numbers? Catching a lot
Not
today?
an insane amount. All of them have been big though.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of them. I mean, that first fish I caught of the day was like a 12-incher. But since then I've culled him out, and now my smallest fish is like 14. I've probably caught like 7 or 8.
It seems like that everybody's catching some good quality fish, like healthy fish. The pictures look like they're really nice, thick, pre-spawn fish.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, what stage would you say the fish are in right now?
Oh, I think they're getting ready to spawn for sure.
Yeah.
Like going up, preparing beds and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Getting later in the day, we rolled up on Kevin Skavinci. The leaderboard is not shuffling as much as I thought it would later in the day, but we'll check on with him to see what's been going good for him today and how his bag is going. Kevin, that looks like, is that a swim jig you're fishing now?
Yeah, swim jig with a goat in the back.
Gotcha. Have you caught many on that today?
Only a few in the grass with the swim jig.
Yeah.
I actually caught my big one early in the morning and the rest of them on the Gremlin.
Really?
Yeah, using an Ozark rig.
Yeah.
And just cast up to the bridge corners where the current comes in. That was like my third cast this morning. That was a 20 1/4.
20 1/4, that's a monster. So that had to be a 20 1/4. That's at least a 6-pounder probably, I guess. Huh?
Is that? I have no idea. I tried to weigh it in the scale. Batteries were dead.
I think it's cool to have a group, to have a community. Just being around other fishermen, sharing stories, sharing our experiences on the water. That's what Straight Up Fishing is all about. That's what Straight Up Fishing Championship is all about. Of course, we love to get out there and compete. Everybody wants to win some money. Everybody wants to win the new gear, win the boats. That is definitely our goal. That's what we're working towards. But in my mind, this whole deal, what it's all about, is about the community. What else we got? So we got people, man, it's a really diverse crowd, having people from different parts of the country. If you're from the Southeast, you're used to seeing water like this, but I know from people that come from up north, you're like, oh my God. Florida, same thing, haven't seen muddy water. We'll get right into the awards for today. So I have prize packs for top 10. Of course, first place today gets a Brooklyn Kayak, Motor Guide trolling motor. I've got fishing rods from Favorite and fishing reels from 13 Fishing. So we'll do that. We'll make sure everybody gets something. Everybody's leaving here with something today. All right, everybody's leaving. I don't care where you fish. You caught 1, 0. If you just came, you won today. I'm like Oprah. Like Oprah today. 78 3/4 inches is Daniel Wooddock. Daniel Wooddock, my man. 83.50, Elias Hitson. Elias, thank you for fishing with us today, man. Mark Jonas with 85 3/4 inches. Mark, good man, good. 91 1/4 inches. Jason Starley. All right. Oh, hometown guy. Our champion for this year is Bradford van Denmark. Proud of you, man. Seriously proud of you. Really proud of you. Let me give you, gotta hold them high. Hold them high. Hold them high.
So going into the tournament today, I had planned on fishing shallow and mainly banks that had grass and some steeper, deeper water nearby. And that's what I stuck to today. I didn't overthink with the cold weather, and I just stuck to my plan and it worked out.
The 2024 Straight Up Fishing Championship and School is a wrap. This has been by far one of my favorite venues and favorite lakes to hold this event. You should come join us as well. You can be a part of my Straight Up Fishing School, my online course. We do this on the regular. Every week of every month, we teach, we talk, we demonstrate how to become a better fisherman. You should come join me at Straight Up Fishing School. Go to sufschool.com, sign up. I think it'll be really valuable to you, and I really believe you're gonna catch more fish. And maybe I'll see you right here at my tournament, getting that Brooklyn PK12. With 83 pounds and a half inches. Did you hear what I said there? 83 pounds and a half inches.